Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Brian here. How's everyone doing tonight? Before we get into this, I want to apologize for my voice. I'm still sick. I know it sounds horrible. My usual voice sounds horrible. This sounds even worse, but I'm really sorry. I'm hopefully in the next couple days, maybe a week or so, I can start feeling better. So, tonight we're going to be reviewing the Honeymooners Christmas special. If you don't know what the Honeymooners is, it originally started as a sketch on the Jackie Gleason show in the early 50s. Then it was a TV show. I'm not exactly sure how long it ran. I think it ran from somewhere in the mid 50s to the mid 60s. It was hugely popular. It's actually inspired a lot of TV shows. The main inspiration is the Flintstones. It's got a lot of references, a heavier guy with an attractive redhead wife. Yeah, it's inspired the Flintstones. A lot of people say the Simpsons. Also, another show that it really inspired was Family Guy in a little bit. The one show that I think it really inspired the most was King of Queens. There's a lot of shows that have been inspired by it, but this is like the first sort of sketch thing. It's a really good TV show. We're actually going to be reviewing a couple episodes in probably mid-January, late January, early February, sometime after Christmas. We'll have to see. But yeah, tonight we're going to be reviewing the Christmas special. So if you've not seen this and you don't want this to be spoiled, spoiler alert is in effect. So let's get right into it. So before I start reviewing, I want to give you a laydown on how the episodes go, like how the thing is. So you have Ralph Cramden, that's this man, Jackie Gleason's character, and his wife is Alice, the redhead. And they live in an apartment complex. She's a stay-at-home wife, and he's a bus driver. And then these two, this is Ralph's best friend Norton, and he works in the sewer as a plumber. And then his wife is Trixie. She's also a stay-at-home wife. They live in the apartment right above them. And they're friends, and Ralph and Norton are always getting in trouble. They're always coming up with crazy schemes on how to get rich and stuff like that. They're a typical lower middle class family, maybe even poor family. Like they don't have kids or nothing, either one of them. But yeah, that's basically the run, and it's always tons of funny stuff. There's an episode where Ralph gets into a fight with somebody. It's really funny TV series. But this is the Christmas special. So, how this begins is it begins Alice, Ralph's wife. She comes in carrying a Christmas tree. It's playing music, and then Trixie, Norton's wife, comes in and goes, oh, you had to. She says, I had to carry this Christmas tree by myself. Alice said that. She said, why didn't you have Ralph crammed it? And she said, no, not Ralph. Oh, if he always tries to find everything cheap. Last year they got their Christmas tree on January 10th. I laughed real hard at that. Tries to find someplace cold to put it. Says the bedroom's colder than it is out there. Trixie goes, it's not as cold as our bedroom. But thinking that Norton works in the store, so maybe it's a good thing that all the windows are open. Yeah. So then, and Ralph comes in. He's sitting down, doing his thing like he always does. They grow a mustache later on, so he brushes his mustache. Norton comes in. He's talking about his check that he got, and it's $469.79, or $489.79 or something like that. And so that's back in the '70s. That was a lot of money, a lot. I'm not sure how much it was back then. I think like $400 and some was the equivalent of what like maybe $1,000 is today. I could be wrong. If you're from that generation and you know a lot about that, let me know in the comment section. But yeah, it was a lot of money back then. To me, it's still a lot of money now. For someone who doesn't have that many bills. I mean, I do have bills, but not as many. I'm an 18-year-old. But yeah, so they're talking about it. So the two girls leave to go grocery shopping, um, and he's there. Or Ralph's talking about how he's gonna be rich. He's gonna be rich. He's trying to get Norton to give him his check because he's gonna be a millionaire. Or then Ralph's mother-in-law, Alice's mother, shows up, and they don't get along. They have your typical son-in-law, mother-in-law relationship. She's calling him a bum. She actually said something really funny. It was insulting, but really funny. She said, "For years, I've wanted a grandbaby. But every time I come in here, Alice isn't the one that looks like pregnant. The only one that looks pregnant is you." Talking about Ralph because he's got a weight problem. It was so funny. But yeah, then she gives him a check. It's her husband's Social Security check. He's like, "How do you get a Social Security check? He has never worked a day in his life." And she tried saying he was in show business, but then Ralph said selling candy outside of a burlesque theater is not show business, which is funny. She leaves, and then Alice comes back. Before this happens, Ralph says no one's going to walk and hand me money. He realizes he has the money. So then Norton ends up giving his check. Then it's the next day. What happens the next day? Trixie comes in all upset, telling Alice, "You're never going to believe what Norton did." And she said, "You're never going to do what Ralph did." So what Ralph did was he got his paycheck. He took his entire paycheck. He took all the money out of his bank account and all the money out of his savings account, and cashed Norton's check. Don't get me wrong, he cashed the retirement check of Alice's father, they don't know about Norton's check and they don't know about the father's check yet. The mother comes in and says, "Did you cash father's check?" And said, "No." Ralph comes in and goes, "Well, you're all gonna be laughing and regretting the way you treated me because I'm gonna be a millionaire." Him and Norton are pulling out the dresser. They're doing it real stupid, real funny. Like, bought a crap ton of lottery tickets. Yep, you heard it. Hundreds of lottery tickets. Bought dozens of them. So they're waiting. He's hoping he's gonna be a millionaire. Or yeah, it doesn't end up. So they end up getting the radio. It doesn't end up working out. Or, so what ends up happening then is Ralph ends up winning $1,500. And after all the money he spent on the envelopes and all the lottery tickets, he had 12 cent profit. So him and Alice make up, and it's kind of they argue a little bit, but then they make up, and that's the end of the episode. I know it sounds very boring and not as good with me reviewing it, but I would highly recommend checking this out if you've got time to watch this. I mean, it's on YouTube for free. It's also on Pluto TV for free. This is hilarious. I'd recommend the Honeymooners series in general. It's a 10 out of 10. Jackie Gleason, Art Carney, all these actors and stuff. They're all amazing in it. It's very hilarious. So, yeah, that's it for this episode. I give this a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna try to fit as many Christmas stuff in as I can in the next 5 days and one night that we have till Christmas. So, try to fit as much as we can in. So, as always, please like this video. Please leave a comment on this video. Please share this video. Oh, and most importantly, please subscribe to the channel. We're at 55 subscribers. Please keep it up. We're trying to hit 60 by Martin Luther King Day, so keep it up, please, everyone. Alright, thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your holiday season.